To answer about Connie's chickens. Here's Cluck Cluck. See, we have 3 of these kind, these barred rocks that are the ones that won't stay in on the farmyard. They keep coming in the back area. So the first one's name is a little darker, is Cluck. This one's Cluck Cluck. The third one is Cluck Cluck Cluck. And if you believe that, please don't. So you gonna say hi?
I call them chickens.
Yeah. And they lay us eggs, but you know, I did find them homes, new homes, but that didn't work out. Do you want to smell a tiki? So this is what the monster chickens are.
By the way, whoever asked the questions, thanks. I'll get you. I'll get you.
Do you really want? Do you want to carry them up?
How do I do it?
And you have to grab the feet.
Feet.
Okay.
Hey, take a good look, because I probably won't do this very often.
There it is. Oh, somebody ought to take a snapshot. They are. They're beautiful. They're our girls.
Oh God, I'll start liking them.
I know.
I'm gonna start bringing chicken feed with me.
That wiggle's good because they asked. Let me go get the package. And who was the other one they wanted to see? Peach. Maybe I can find
Jackie.
Peach. I think she's just normal grooming. Connie, you were so brave. I'm so proud of you. You didn't. You didn't eat you up on the way out.
No, although I put him down and then I went to pet him.
He's probably going to go tell his buddy. That Connie, she knows how to handle us now.
God, if I can just figure out how to do that.
Okay, we have. I always have to scoot back. We have one package, and Bella got a card today, so we'll read that. And we have to watch her. We did take the collar off, and she's doing a normal grooming on herself, so we just have to watch that she just does a normal groom. And we have 2 envelopes to open up too. So this one is it's handicappedpet.com, NH, New Hampshire. Boy, these are sharp. What are they doing? They look like they're all guilty over there.
No.
Connie needs a great big thank you, Connie. She's filling in. Usually her day is just Sunday afternoon. And yesterday afternoon she was filling in for Peggy S. Today she's filling in for our Greg is gone. He's golfing. And then tomorrow is 3 days in a row. Plus, Becky couldn't come tonight, so she's helping with that too. Oh my gosh, Bella, you have hit the jackpot again.
Bella.
Oh, this is from Bernice J. Oh, from Utah. Yeah, this is a collar. You know, all these things that you guys are so awesome. You've been sending to help us out. In the future, we always have something that we can use it on, and so we've been using various things for her. And these are really nice. This is what I was trying to make with that one plastic canvas where it's real wide, but obviously she could bend it and get it around. These really are nice, but they also sent the handicappeds.com. This is about that dog wheelchair, and all kinds of different things are in here to help handicapped kitties and doggies. So, oh my gosh, we'll take a look at this too. Do I smell like chicken?
We like ours fried.
Yeah. Thank you, Bernice. This is one of those collars that's the wraparound, and they're non-flexible this way, so it's not that big jutting cone that sticks out. Can you give me that ear one too? Bella's been wearing this one a lot. I've been putting the cone one on her at night, but she's been wearing this one a lot too. And this is actually, I'm very impressed with this too. It's the first time I actually used one of the air ones, and that has worked really nice. We'll try this one too, so that we know. And it's on Velcro. Oh, this is awesome. It's all Velcro, so it'll work real good. I'll have to check and see what this does, but we probably don't need that on a kitty. But yeah, these are really nice. That way they can have their snout out, can eat and drink, and not have to worry about that the cone, that big cone thing. You know, you guys are awesome. That's all I can say. You guys are just awesome. Bella, you got another collar. We're going to try that one too on you, girlie.
Yay.
And she says, I promise I'll be good. I won't lick it. I won't lick it. Well, since we don't have a lot of stuff to open, I'll give you a quick update on Bella right now. But Bernice J is from Ogden, Utah, and I so appreciate that very much. And I'll enjoy looking at that handicapped magazine too, or supply catalog. You're a nut. Bella's had a really good day. We're only giving her pain meds like maybe twice a day instead of 3 times a day. And it's really making her sleepy. And today she has really slept a lot like she did yesterday. And did she eat good for you, Connie?
No.
Not real good? Okay. She did eat good yesterday for Connie. She did eat good this morning. So her appetite's off a little bit, but remember she's getting antibiotics and the pain meds, and sometimes those kind of icky your stomach. So her incision looks real good. She's got a little bit of serum drainage coming out today. That's okay. That's to be expected. What we don't want is for the incision to be so tight or swollen that instead of leaking out the serum, it builds up. Because if it builds up and becomes a ball of serum, then we have to drain that. But right now it's got a nice slow leak, I guess you could say. Expect that to happen after surgery on something like this. Today when Stacy made her bed, which Stacy cracks me up, she makes it like this thick, about this thick. She's got blankets and blankets in there. I had her down here on the rug a little while. She liked it, I think. She also thought she was going to get to go. But you can tell she's not 100%, but definitely feeling good. So Bella, we love you. She says, I got to have that other thing on my neck. Yes. Then we got a card for Bella. This is from Cat Lover 14. We'll have to, we can tape up her card inside her pins. That way the volunteers can read them too. It's got a cat on it. Excuse me, it says, sorry you're not feeling well, Bella. Here's hoping your next shot comes in a baby food jar. That's cute. Hugs and kisses from Cat Lover 14 and Jenny. Her first card. That's cute. They all know you love those too, Bella. Oops. Must have lost my tape.
I hate it when things are clean.
Huh?
I hate it when things
I hate it when things are clean. I'll hang that up inside Bella's pin there at the top so that the volunteers can see that also. And we got 2 checks today I wanted to share with you. You know Pat that comes on Thursday night. I had mentioned a few weeks ago that for every 25 hours that she works at Walmart, and for every 25 hours that she works here, the store donates they'll do it 5 times a year, a check for $250. So we got that $250, which is good, because some of you might know I've just spent 2 to 3 hours inside writing bills, my personal bills, but bills then for the rescue center and for the clinic. I still have some there. So this is a big, wonderful thing. So Walmart's awfully good to us, and I appreciate it. You know, they do this, so they will do this 5 times in every year for the 25 hours, and it doesn't take long for her to accumulate that 25 hours. It's pretty cool. I wish we all could go work at Walmart. And also they donate a lot of their cat food and dog food and even bird seed. If it's been damaged and they can't send it back, they just stockpile it. And then Tara, bless her heart, we don't even have to go get it. Tara will deliver it to us, and sometimes she'll unload it and put it all away before I even realize that Tara's here. So super nice people that works there. This is from the petfounder.com foundation. This is what we all here worked on. Yeehaw, look at this. The check for the $1,000. This is from the Animal Rescue site. It says, "Dear friends at Felines Rescue Center, congratulations. You were the group with the most votes during the week of October 3 to October 9 for round 4 of the Animal Rescue site and petfinder.com challenge. Enclosed, you will find a check for $1,000 for having the highest total of votes in a 1-week period. While winning a weekly award does exclude you from being eligible for regional prizes in this round of voting, your group is still eligible for the final $5,000 grand prize or the heartwarming story contest prizes. Make sure you keep those votes coming in. We hope that you will join us in thanking our friends at the Animal Rescue site for their generous sponsorship." Yeah, there's an email address there that I can write to thank them for that. So onward ho to the $5,000. We hope. That's what we're winning. We're still in the lead. I think we dropped like what would that have been, 1/10 of a point or something like that? But the one that's under us dropped 3 of those points. So we're still doing really good. And I remember the very, very, very first time we ever did that, the Animal Planet, or the Animal Rescue site, and we were, I think, like 43 or something in the state, or it was just, I was thrilled. I thought that was awesome. And then each time we've moved up, and then last quarter is when we hit in the top 10 in one of the weekly ones. But we ended up in fourth place, wasn't it, Connie? I think it was 4th. So it just makes my heart go thinking that maybe we could win that $5,000. So keep voting for us. And are you laying on my paper? Yes, you are. I have just a few updates for today. And also just to let you know, a week from today, Bella also gets her sutures out. So 1 more week of till that comes out, till those come out, and then she still has, what day was her surgery on? It was on a Tuesday. No, it wasn't. It was on a Wednesday or Thursday. Gosh, yeah, she's got a ways to go yet to have bed rest. And then we will probably be extremely careful with the amount of pressure that's on that, because it's going to be touch and go on that. If she gets really antsy in here after her sutures come out, we can bed down June's room really thick. We'll just ask Stacy to help us. She's good at doing that, making it nice and thick and comfortable. And that way she can have a little bit more room. But she seems to be doing real good in here. Tuki was adopted today. That was a little different than how I thought it was going to go. These people are from Dayton, and Connie is her name. Her mom is Alice, who I think I've already mentioned that I used to work in ICU with her for years, and she's a really cool person also. But Connie's husband worked late, and they were not able to get here as soon as what they were hoping to. So they called Alice en route just as they left Dayton and asked Grandma and Grandpa to pick up Tuki, which they did, and they were going to keep her in a bedroom until Connie and family, I think they all were came to meet and greet Tuki. Then they were going to eat a real quick supper, and they're on their way now. They should be back at their house, I think, by 8:30, 9 o'clock. So she's going to call me tomorrow and assure me that Tuki made it back safely. Just to remind you, Tuki's mama is Mitty, and the siblings of Tuki is Gemini, Cobus, and Hudson. So that's a really cool litter of kitties. They've been wonderful. There's a possibility that we might have 2 adult cats leave tomorrow, and they asked me who I kind of thought, and listening to what they want and what their house is and those kind of things, I was kind of thinking of Bettina and Marja. I think they would do fine together, so we're going to see. Hopefully that will happen tomorrow. I forgot to mention last week that I had talked to Dave, who is the dad that adopted Sunoco, and he said Sunoco was doing just fine. Remember, we didn't have him very long. He's that long hair, golden white cat. This is my buddy. I love this cat. This is Tasco, and Tasco is up on Pet Finders now. Remember, Tasco had been here as a wee tiny little baby found down by the river. He was 5 weeks old when he came in, was adopted, and then they returned him because he was having potty accidents, remember, in the house. He has been 100% just fine. He has not had any problems. So we put him up on Pet Finders, and we'll see what happens. He's been superb here. Super friendly. He's really good with the kitties and the cats. I don't think he minds the dogs either. Actually, he was in the dog room yesterday sleeping. So some of the kitties have figured out on the window on the door, we keep it down, and they've learned how to sail over. So they kind of go back and forth and visit the doggies and snug up under their blankies with them. Today, Kurt finished all of the brackets today, that the 16. He's got the finish all done on that, and he's got the 4th layer of finish on the plaque board. So early next week, he's gonna, I think, get the plaque boards up, I think. But wanted to let you know too, Kurt's actually going to go back to his home in Warren tomorrow, but it's only for one day. We're only going to let him go for one night. We're going to try tie strings and ropes and everything else to his vehicle and pull him back. But he's coming back on Monday. He's just going there to get his winter clothes and to see his mom and his dad and do some things for them. So he's leaving Sunday, but we'll be back on Monday. And October 22nd, that's a week from today. Did you know that's coming up? Okay, poor Connie, we're working her to pieces. That's our day at Elder Bierman, and that's for the community day that they do. We're selling tickets right now for it. That's one of our fundraisers. We sell the tickets for $5. And when you take them to the store on the 2 community days, they're worth $10, but we get to keep 100% of that $5. So it's a win-win situation all the way around. So in addition to us, a couple weeks ago, I passed out envelopes with all these coupons or tickets in them, and the volunteers are selling them right now. But in addition to doing that, 2 times we're sitting at the doorway of Elder Bierman, and as the customers go in and out, we can sell that to them then too. So hopefully we'll pick up some more sales. So that's next Saturday from 12 to 2, and Connie D and Judy S. has said that they would do that. Aren't they wonderful? So we've got some questions. Hummer said something about her husband, and remember I'm copying these down fast, so I might not have these all quite right, that there might be a chunk out of the belt of the washer. Well, in my opinion, there's a whole lot of chunks of everything missing in that washer. It's going to pot. We just use them to death. The buttons that we're pressing now aren't working. It stops and it goes and it shakes and shimmers, and I did talk to the repair guy. The same thing that went out of it a year ago is the same thing that's doing it, and it's extremely expensive to replace that part. So we're not going to do it. We're just going to use it till it dies or I get tired of messing with it. It's just been a pain in the butt. But we're going to try to keep it going, limping along as long as what we can. But I think there's a whole lot of chunks of something or another missing in it. Caddy Darling asked when... Oh, there's my book. When Magenta had come. We had just done a story on Magenta not too long ago. Oh, and I had a couple of things to show you all, too. On Magenta, she originally came here in February of '03. She was adopted twice, came back, and now she's classified as our oldster, that we are going to keep her here. Nick asked about Peach, and if we find Peach, I will show you. We have 3 young torties, black and gold torties, and Peach is one of them. She's the one that has like that gold line down her forehead. I'll look for her though. And Nuki's the one who asked for Connie to bring in the chicken. Nuki, so
I'll get you.
she'll get you. Rover asked about Tonio's story. Tonio was one of our oldsters. I think Tonio's picture is still up in Flickr, I think. Is it, Kurt? Yeah, it is. And he was an awesome cat, a big Siamese type cat. I remember when the family brought him out to the clinic. He was an old guy then. I think I was telling Stacy, I think he was like 12 years old when he first arrived. They just didn't want him anymore because they thought he was diabetic and didn't want to work with it. Well, it turned out he was not a diabetic, and he lived here for a few years. He was cross-eyed. He just was one of the best oldsters. We get some of the best ones. We loved him. He passed away here, and he had a whole bunch of us with him when he did pass away. And he was just a cool guy. His name was Tonio, and he loved going in. Tonio's den there. That's why it's named after him. Carolina asked about some of the fundraising we do. This rescue center is ran purely by the money that we get from adoptions. Remember, every single kitty that goes out of here, I have a minimum of $200 to $250 in every single kitty, a minimum. And that's just like the startup fee things with maybe a couple of the flea preventions thrown in. They're expensive, but I won't back down on the medical things that we do. I think it's important that we send them out with all the things that we do. But the adoption, even though we have a minimum of that $200 to $250, the adoption fee is only $90. But I just don't feel like I can raise that right now with the economy causing so much problem. I don't let people make payments on the cats. I always figure if they've got the money to do it or don't have the money to adopt, then what's going to happen when they run into trouble like a broken leg or something? So they got to have the money up front to be able to do that. Some of our fundraising is just out and out donations. We do not have any county, state, or federal money that comes in here for us. That's your take for us. We just don't have that, and personally I don't want that, because when you start accepting some of those kind of avenues of money, it makes you have to comply with some of the things that they want you to do. Right now this is our rescue center and we run it how we want to do it, and so there's no strings attached. We do it how we think is best for the kitties. But we do donations. Our chief tapes that That's the container we have on top of the refrigerator, and sometimes you might see people go over there with reach in and dump some papers in there, and those are the cheap receipt tapes, and we get 0.01% cash back. No, that doesn't sound like much, but over the course of a year, we probably get close to $900 to $1,000 out of that, and that's all free money. The aluminum cans, we get maybe somewhere between 60, 70, 80, sometimes 90, it depends on the price of the aluminum, a month, so that adds up as well. The calendars that Kate does, we make about 5,000, I think it is, somewhere right in there. That's our biggest fundraiser that we had up until this year, when we then did the catathon. And the catathon, you know, we raised $17,000, but that was 100% earmarked for the new building. So for operational cost, I depend on the adoptions, donations, the cheap tapes, the aluminum cans, donation, and not just monetary donations, but what you guys do. You know, when you guys send us things, that helps us a lot. We also, I wanted to mention, we save these things that come off of Fresh Step. They're Paw Points Award, and the bags that we were donated, some of those, they're the plastic ones, but we save these, and if you guys use that Fresh Step and don't save the coupons, we'll take them. Just send them to us in the mail. We collect them, and we get free litter for that. And Frank asked where Wiggles is, but I think Kurt showed Wiggles. Wild asked how CJ is doing, and she's doing better today. She still has a little bit of diarrhea. We're still treating her. She's a really hard cat to medicate, but I think we got it in her again today. She's doing better. She's eating better. She acts a little perkier, so I hope tomorrow's even a better day yet for her. Wild asked to see Bettina, and I will see if sometimes she hangs in the kitty campus room. I'll see if she's back there. Nuki asked about how we do our adoptions, how we make sure that the people that they're going to is who we want them to go to. I do a lot of talking. I ask lots of questions, and I do reference checks. Here comes Bettina. She's the black gold tortie mama. She's a really nice girl. Little shy, but that's okay. See, and she's kind of got that little gold mark on her nose, and then Peaches goes up higher. She's really a dark tortie. But on our adoptions, some of the questions that are asked are, do they have kids? If they are, what ages are there? Because there's some kids' age that we don't let little kitties go with. Are they respectful to cats? We asked if there's any dogs, if the dogs are neutered, if they're on heartworm prevention, and if they're on flea prevention. If they do have other cats, they have to be leukemia and FIV tested. They have to be current on their distemper vaccine and flea-free, and they have to, of course, be 100% indoor only. We don't do the indoor-outdoor thing. And the reason for that is because if you keep a cat inside like these are kept, and you have a cat that's outside that goes in and out, if the cat that is outside on any particular day has a fight with a cat or gets bit by a cat that has leukemia, brings it in, and then all your inside cats are jeopardized in their health. So we don't do that. They're inside. The family of cats has to be inside only also. So that's dogs, cats, and kids. How many litter boxes? So if they have 2 cats, they must at least have 2 litter boxes, preferably 3. We want a vet name and to make sure that everything is neutered and current on vaccines and flea prevention, things like that, and that they actually have a vet is very important. Do they rent? Is it their own house? If they rent, I check and make sure that the landlord says it's okay. That's the big one, because so many of them will say, yeah, it's okay, And then so I call and it's like, no way, Jose, they've never even asked and they don't have permission. So those we don't do. They have to understand that this cat that they're adopting, if it doesn't work out, the cat has to come back here. Even if they were down in Oklahoma or somewhere, you know, the cat has to come back here to our rescue center, not at a shelter, not anywhere else, not to a friend or family. Sometimes we have left a few go to families, but it's been another checked out deal. Finances, I always make sure that if the cat that they adopt, maybe say break a leg or get sick or something, that financially they can afford to take the cat in. And a lot of it also depends on how things are here. If there's kids involved and they're not respectful, I've ushered more families out than what I care to even think about. It's disappointing sometimes how some of the kids are very disrespectful. I had one kid here, I think I told you guys once, picked up a metal can and went kabong on a cat's head, and they were out the door within a couple minutes. I was so upset with them. But we get kids in here that don't know how to hold cats or even know, you know, how to read them when they wiggle to leave them down. So what we've done in the past sometimes is ask those families to bring the kids back a couple times and to kind of practice here and to learn how to do it properly. So those are some of the things. Not everybody that asks for a kitty gets them. Nope, we've turned down our share. And Sunny Cat asked about a hematoma. And I think you were referring to Steve's hematoma. A hematoma is just like a blood clot. There's different kinds and different, there's different kinds of hematomas, but some of them are like encapsulated, like that's what Steve's is. It's in his calf, it's the 8 inches, but he had a huge bruise behind his knee, and it sunk down, the blood did, and it just formed a capsulated pocket of blood that will reabsorb in his body, so it will be okay. But, you know, cats and dogs get those ear hematomas. You might have heard of that. And if cats or dogs have major ear mites or ear infections and their ears bother them and they flip their head, those blood vessels are so close to the outside of their ears that the blood vessels pop, and then they bleed into the outside ear flap of the cat or the dog, makes this big old bubble. And that's a surgical procedure to fix. Usually when we would do them at where I used to work, is they would cut them open and you have to put a drain in there, and then the ears are wrapped so that they don't flip their head anymore. And they usually end up with a little bit of like cauliflower type ears on them. So those are a couple kinds like that. And I had something to share with you. Here, you can be my guinea pig. Hope you can see that. Kurt William made this card out today. Holy moly, what happened in there? Kurt William says, please vote for the rescue center. Right under the cam picture is a purple kitten. Click on it, and that'll make your vote. And he says, thank you. I can smell it out here. Somebody used the litter box. You all have asked me in the past about Patience's pin that we use a lot here where Bella is. Patience was a wonderful oldster. This is Patience. This is the pin that this is the cat that the pin is named after. She was a wonderful, cool cat. This was a cat, I think she was 10 or 12. The family took her out to the shelter because she had fleas, and they just didn't want to deal with it anymore. You can see one of our cats who was a paper chewer chewed this. This is one of my favorite pictures about Patience. She's in her pen there. So they went out and got her. I asked them if they would go out and get her and bring her here, and we had her for a long, long time. Maybe Stacy would put those back in there for me. She looks a little bit like Emmeline, doesn't she? And I had one story here to share with you. I'm kind of being selfish because this is on my kitty in the house, Kay Martina. She actually came here into the rescue center. Is that pretty good, Kurt? Most of my cats in the house are either physically handicapped or have health issues that they would not have been able to be adopted very well. This is Kay Martina when she first arrived at the rescue center. Both of her eyes were affected. This one was really bad. She had surgery. This was the morning of her surgery, or this eye was just done. It was gone. And then this is her after her surgery. Fresh scar. And this is her the day following. And then this one is soon after. This is about when I adopted her. Her right eye is so terribly, terribly scarred that she just doesn't have very much vision in that one either. But these are probably caused by a herpesvirus that was left untreated. And that's what happens to some of these poor guys out there. Thank you. You're so nice. So, found early enough, a lot of those eye diseases can be treated to the point where there's minimal scarring on that. So I think I answered everything. Hooray for Walmart for the $250 and the animal rescue for the $1,000. And our new collar we're going to try on Bella for nighttime. And for all your questions, and thanks for joining us. Oh, I know there was one more thing I wanted to mention. We've been trying more and more just to show our appreciation to you by leaving the audio on more. And there's some days that it's on practically all day long. So don't be surprised when you tune in and you can hear. There's been a couple times that I've forgotten. I probably have said things I shouldn't have said. And somebody told me today they accidentally said a bad word and they were very sorry. But we try to be as normal as what we are here. So sometimes you might see us just forget that. We always do forget, I think, that the cam is on most of the time. But we try to mind everything. So thank you for joining us, and we're sure glad that you have. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Where's you being a big suck-up girl? You haven't had your 19 medicine, have you? Huh? Do you want it? It was really, really awful. Look, Stacy, look at her. She's so smart. I'm going to teach you how to give you a kiss. You give me a kiss? Here. I want to teach you something. Shasta, you're so cute. Here. Give me a kiss. Yeah. There's no way. Give me my treat. Sit there and eat it. Not a good girl. You did it. Yay. Yay. And what are you doing jumping on me? Here's Cabas, one of the orneriest stinkers there could ever be. Say hi, everybody. You're just a rotten little baby, aren't you? You're just a rotten little baby. I guess I think Connie did a bunch of my stuff. She did.